The 2025 NFL trade deadline came and went, with teams like the Colts and Eagles making bold moves while others stayed surprisingly quiet. But for fans worried their team missed out, don't panic just yet. The trade window may be closed, but the free agent market is still loaded with proven veterans and high-upside talents ready to make an impact. In this breakdown, we rank the top 10 bargain free agents after the 2025 trade deadline, highlighting each player's ideal team fit based on positional value, production, and scheme compatibility, and who might become the ultimate late-season steal. At number 10, we have Isaiah Simmons, a name that once generated immense excitement during the 2020 NFL Draft. A freakish athlete with versatility that made him a standout at Clemson, Simmons entered the league as a hybrid defender, capable of playing linebacker, safety, or even slot corner. However, his NFL journey has been rocky, with teams struggling to unlock his full potential. After brief stints with the Arizona Cardinals and New York Giants, and a short offseason look with the Green Bay Packers, Simmons finds himself without a team. A surprising situation given his athletic ceiling. His 2021 season with Arizona showcased flashes of brilliance, posting 105 tackles and impactful plays in coverage. In 2022, his versatility allowed him to post an 81.9 passer rating allowed when targeted, proving he can adapt to multiple defensive schemes. For teams like the Baltimore Ravens and Dallas Cowboys, Simmons could be a hidden gem. Baltimore could deploy him in their flexible defensive formations, while Dallas could use his speed and range as an athletic run defender or hybrid safety. With the right coaching and a defined role, Simmons could still emerge as one of the league's biggest bargain pickups after the trade deadline. At number 9, we shift our focus to Jedrick Wills Jr., the once promising offensive tackle who's become an intriguing reclamation project. A former first-round selection by the Cleveland Browns in 2020, Wills displayed early promise protecting the blind side, but has been derailed by lingering knee injuries. According to NFL insider Jordan Schultz, Wills intended to sit out most, if not all, of the 2025 season to prioritize his recovery, leaving his future uncertain. Yet, when healthy, Wills has shown he can hold his own against elite pass rushers, logging 57 career starts and providing reliable pass protection. Teams desperate for offensive line help could see him as a low-risk, high-reward signing. The Los Angeles Chargers, dealing with season-ending injuries to Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater, could benefit immensely from his experience and size. Alternatively, a return to Cleveland makes sense given the Browns' current instability at left tackle. Wills' combination of youth, experience, and first-round pedigree keeps him on the radar of several teams in search of a dependable blocker. If he can regain his health and confidence, Jedrick Wills Jr. could easily turn into one of the smartest midseason additions available on the free agent market. At number 8, we spotlight Tyler Boyd, a veteran wide receiver whose reliability and route-running acumen continue to make him one of the most underrated free agents available. Once a key part of the Cincinnati Bengals' dynamic trio, alongside Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, Boyd has seen his production dip slightly, but remains a dependable target. During his stint with the struggling Tennessee Titans, he still managed to post 39 receptions for 390 yards in an offense that lacked rhythm. Now 30 years old, Boyd's value lies in his intelligence, sure hands, and ability to read defenses, qualities young quarterbacks desperately need. A potential reunion with his hometown Pittsburgh Steelers seems natural as the team seeks stability and leadership in its receiving core. Boyd himself expressed openness to joining the Steelers, noting his passion to keep playing in 2025. Another possible destination is the New Orleans Saints, who are transitioning under rookie quarterback Tyler Show and just traded away Rashid Shaheed. Boyd could step in as a veteran mentor and chain mover for a developing offense. While he may not post 1,000-yard seasons anymore, his experience and football IQ make him a valuable asset for teams seeking clutch consistency. Tyler Boyd may not grab headlines, but his addition could quietly transform an offense in need of precision and leadership. At number 7, we turn our attention to Shaquil Barrett, a seasoned edge rusher whose name still carries significant weight among defensive circles. Once one of the NFL's most feared sack artists, Barrett proved during his Tampa Bay Buccaneers tenure that he can dominate when healthy and properly utilized. The two-time Pro Bowler recorded 4.5 sacks and 19 quarterback pressures in 2023, showcasing that even in limited snaps, he remains a disruptive force. Though he briefly stepped away from football before returning in late 2024, Barrett's motor and leadership could be invaluable for a contender seeking experienced edge depth. Teams like the Indianapolis Colts and San Francisco 49ers stand out as perfect destinations. The Colts, who recently bolstered their secondary by acquiring Sauce Gardner, could use Barrett's pass-rushing expertise to strengthen their front seven. Meanwhile, the injury-hit 49ers, missing both Nick Bosa and Michael Williams, desperately need a veteran presence to maintain their defensive intensity. Barrett's explosiveness off the line, combined with his ability to read protections and collapse pockets, makes him a low-risk, high-reward signing. Even at 32, his technique and instincts could rejuvenate a playoff defense. In a market light on proven edge rushers, Shaquil Barrett could be the difference maker that turns a good defense into a dominant one. At number 6, we feature Cody Whitehair, a steady, versatile interior lineman who continues to offer immense value through experience and adaptability. The 33-year-old veteran, who earned a Pro Bowl nod in 2018, has been a model of consistency throughout his career, starting 121 games across center and guard. In an NFL landscape where offensive line depth is thinning fast, Whitehair's positional flexibility makes him one of the smartest free agent pickups available after the trade deadline. Last season, he provided reliable depth for the Las Vegas Raiders, appearing in 12 games while demonstrating strong blocking fundamentals and leadership on the field. Teams like the Detroit Lions and Denver Broncos stand out as ideal landing spots. The Lions lost longtime anchor Frank Ragnow to retirement and recently placed Christian Mahogany on injured reserve, while the Broncos are battling injuries to guards Ben Powers and Matt Peart. Adding to that, Denver's assistant line coach Chris Morgan previously worked with Whitehair in Chicago, giving him a system advantage. His veteran presence would stabilize any offensive front, particularly one with younger players still developing. Whitehair's experience, communication skills, and durability could make him an unsung hero for a team aiming to solidify its interior line for a playoff push. At number 5, we have Jose Jewell, a hard-nosed linebacker whose toughness and intelligence make him a coach's dream when healthy. Jewell's situation has been uncertain due to concussion-related issues, but his production when on the field speaks volumes about his talent and leadership. Last season with the Carolina Panthers, he racked up 97 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, and an interception, proving his ability to impact every phase of defense. If his recovery progresses well, a return to action could make him one of the most valuable free agent linebackers available post-deadline. A reunion with the Carolina Panthers would make perfect sense, as the team remains competitive and could benefit from his familiarity with the system. However, the Cincinnati Bengals could also emerge as an ideal fit, given their defensive struggles and the recent departure of Logan Wilson. Jewell's instincts in coverage, ability to diagnose plays quickly, and consistent tackling make him a stabilizing force in the middle of any defense. His veteran poise could help elevate a young unit while improving run defense and communication across the field. If cleared to return, Jose Jewell could easily become one of the best bargain signings in the second half of the season, a true difference maker for any team in need of a reliable defensive anchor. At number 4, we spotlight Christian Wilkins, a disruptive interior force whose blend of power and agility has long made him a nightmare for offensive lines. Despite his 2024 campaign being derailed by a foot injury and a rocky split with the Las Vegas Raiders, Wilkins remains one of the most talented defensive tackles on the market. During his peak seasons with the Miami Dolphins, he showcased elite production, recording 98 tackles and 16 tackles for loss in 2022, before adding 9 sacks and 30 quarterback pressures the following year. Those numbers highlight his rare versatility, equally capable of clogging running lanes or collapsing the pocket from the inside. While reports from ESPN's Adam Schefter revealed the Raiders voided his guarantees over concerns with his rehab approach, teams willing to take a calculated risk could reap massive rewards. The Buffalo Bills, dealing with injuries to Ed Oliver and Michael Hocht, desperately need help on the interior, and Wilkins' ability to command double teams would immediately stabilize their defensive front. Likewise, the New York Jets, following their trade of Quinnen Williams, could use Wilkins as a cornerstone piece to rebuild their defensive line. If he proves healthy, Christian Wilkins could be one of the most impactful late-season signings, a high-upside addition with Pro Bowl potential waiting to be reignited. At number 3, we have Stephon Gilmore, the veteran cornerback whose pedigree and experience continue to command respect across the league. Though he turned 35 in September, Gilmore remains one of the most technically sound corners available, known for his precision in man coverage and his leadership within the secondary. A five-time Pro Bowler and former NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Gilmore has started for several teams, including the Patriots, Colts, Cowboys, and Vikings, consistently performing at a high level. Even in 2023 with Minnesota, he proved he could still handle top receivers in one-on-one matchups. In a July interview on the Money Down podcast, he emphasized that he's not done yet. He's simply waiting for the right opportunity, ideally with a championship contender. The Detroit Lions, struggling with multiple injuries in the secondary, could benefit greatly from his veteran presence and coverage IQ. Similarly, the San Francisco 49ers, with their familiarity with Gilmore through assistant head coach Gus Bradley, his former defensive coordinator in Indianapolis, could offer him the ideal environment to make one last title run. Gilmore's intelligence, composure, and adaptability make him more than just a stopgap. He's a proven closer capable of elevating a defense down the stretch. At number 2, we turn to Asante Samuel Jr., a talented young cornerback looking to reignite his career after battling through injuries. Once one of the league's most promising covermen, Samuel's career has been interrupted by recurring stingers and a serious spinal issue that sidelined him for nearly all of 2024. However, after undergoing spinal fusion surgery in April, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that the 26-year-old has been fully cleared to play, instantly putting him back on the radar of cornerback-needy teams. From 2021 to 2023, Samuel started 43 games and recorded an impressive 35 passes defended, proving his instinctive ability to track the ball and challenge receivers in coverage. Though tackling consistency has occasionally been a concern, his coverage skills remain elite. Teams like the Chicago Bears and Pittsburgh Steelers could benefit immensely, both struggling to stabilize their secondaries amid injury woes and inconsistent play. The Bears' young defensive core could thrive under Samuel's energy and athleticism, while Pittsburgh's physical style of defense would fit his aggressive instincts perfectly. If he returns to full form, Asante Samuel Jr. could be the biggest comeback story of this free agent class, a former star corner ready to reclaim his status among the NFL's best. At number 1, we close with Justin Simmons, the premier safety still available, and arguably the most complete defensive back on the market. A two-time Pro Bowler with exceptional range and football intelligence, Simmons remains one of the NFL's most respected safeties, known for his reliability in coverage and leadership in the locker room. Having waited until mid-August to sign with the Atlanta Falcons in 2024, Simmons proved patience pays off. Starting 16 games, recording 62 tackles, and limiting opposing quarterbacks to a passer rating of just 81.9. His preference, as stated to the Denver Post's Sean Keeler, is clear. He wants to join a true contender. That opens the door for two perfect fits: the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. Buffalo's secondary has struggled with deep coverage, and with Damar Hamlin still sidelined, Simmons could immediately fortify their back end. Meanwhile, the Eagles, who remain aggressive buyers, already have ties to him through defensive coordinator Vic Fangio and DB's coach Christian Parker, both of whom coached Simmons in Denver. His familiarity with complex zone schemes and his ability to command a defense make him an ideal plug-and-play leader. Justin Simmons isn't just a solid signing. He's a game-changer who could transform a good defense into a Super Bowl-caliber unit. And there you have it, 10 hidden gems who could still change the course of the 2025 NFL season. Whether it's a veteran leader or a comeback story waiting to unfold, these free agents prove the action doesn't stop after the trade deadline. Let us know in the comments which player you think deserves another shot. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more NFL breakdowns and updates. Thanks for watching.